Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best here. So Apple just got done with their special event this month where they announced a bunch of new products including the Apple Watch and also some things about the Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus, but this video is all about the iPhone and more specifically the iPhone 11 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I'm excited about this phone. So let's jump right into it with reason number 1, and that's going to be the display. So Apple is calling this display their Super Retina XDR display, and they're really comparing it to their Pro Display XDR that they announced earlier this year alongside their new Mac Pro. Now that screen is all about having great contrast ratio and also great colors and just being an all-around fantastic display for people who create content or like to edit photos and videos. And so that really has amplified my expectations for these screens on these new iPhone 11 Pros. So you have the 2 different screen sizes. You have 5.8 inches on the 11 Pro and you have 6.5 inches on the Pro Max. And some things that this screen can do is that it does have 2 new peaks of brightness, meaning that the maximum amount of brightness that you're going to get depending on what you're doing. So if you are using this phone out in direct sunlight, Apple says it should get up to about 800 nits. And then when you're trying to look at HDR content like an HDR10 video or just photos with a lot of high dynamic range in them, it should be able to reach up to 1200 nits. And so along with HDR10 support, it does support Dolby Vision and also Dolby Atmos, and also does have the spatial audio as well to be able to help the audio kind of bring you into your video a lot more. And then it does have 458 PPI and it has a 12:1 contrast ratio. So really all of these things, especially the comparison with their Pro Display XDR, really has me excited to really see if it can really be a big step up even over the iPhone XS Max and also compared to everything else on the market. Now the display does help me transition over to the second thing that I'm excited about with this phone, and that's going to be the battery life, because the screen is going to be up to 15% more efficient. So that means the battery life of your phone as a whole is going to be better. And Apple is saying that if you want to compare the iPhone XS to the iPhone 11 Pro, you should get up to 4 hours more battery life. And then when you compare the iPhone XS Max to the iPhone 11 Pro Max, you should get up to 5 hours more battery life. So that is pretty generous, and that's going to be a lot of extra things that you can do with your phone because you're not worrying about it dying. Now one thing about the battery though is that there was a rumor that the new iPhones will have the reverse wireless charging or the bilateral wireless charging, meaning that you will be able to place like the AirPods with the wireless charging case on the back of the phone and the phone will be able to charge it, but that's not the case because they didn't announce it. So either they just had some problems with it or they're saving it for the new iPhones next year, but at the end of the day we do not have that feature. But something that does kind of help make up for that is that Apple is finally including an 18-watt charger inside of the box with these 11 Pros. So this means in about 30 minutes you should be able to get your phone up to around 50% of a charge. So this by no means is the fastest charger included with any type of phone on the market right now, but at least Apple is stepping up. Okay, so now the third thing that I like about this phone is going to be the design of it. Now I know some people out there think it's kind of ugly, and I did a Twitter poll and had a good amount of people that still find that this phone is ugly because of the camera hump on the back with the triple cameras and all that stuff. Now me personally, I don't think it looks that bad, and it's actually kind of grown on me, so that's just my personal take on it. But I do like the new color that they have, which is their midnight green color, which is a little bit like an army green color, so of course I'm going to like that one. But you still have your space gray, your silver, and your gold color finishes to choose from. And then Apple is claiming that they've made this phone even tougher, and they claim that they have the toughest glass of any smartphone. Again, Apple is saying this, not me, but they're saying that the glass on the front and the back is going to be tougher against drops, and also this is because of their new precision milled process where they are doing this from a single sheet of glass, and also they have their dual ion exchange process for added strength. And really all of this means to me is that I just can't wait for a Gizmo Slip to get this phone and start drop testing it because they're the best at doing stuff like that. But yeah, this phone should be tougher. I don't mind the look of it, and of course you do have a bunch of different cases to choose from, and Apple does have some clear cases this year that you can put on this phone to protect it but also still show it off a little bit. Okay, so number 4 is going to be dealing with the number 13, and the first thing is going to be their new A13 Bionic chip that they have inside of it, the brains of the operations if you want to call it that. So I'm not going to jump into all the different technical specs of that. I can leave Apple's website to do that work for me, but it's a powerful chip and it's going to be able to withstand against everything else that's out right now. And then also too, inside of this phone you're going to have iOS 13, and I've done a couple of videos showing some of the new things like the new dark mode and also an easier sign in all with your Apple ID, and also the ability to be able to just talk to your phone to control it. Swipe right, swipe left. Soldier knows best. Show numbers. 6, Now, come on, you have to admit that's kind of cool. So yeah, we have iOS 13 and also we have this A13 chip, and I think combined they're going to make for a really good experience on the phone. But now number 5, and you probably already guessed it, this is going to be the cameras. And the new thing with these 11 Pros is that you do have a triple camera setup on the back. So you have your standard wide camera, which is going to have an f1.8 aperture, and then also you have your telephoto camera, which now has f2.0. And Apple is saying that this new telephoto camera will be able to get up to 40% more light captured by that. So if you are in dark situations and you try to punch in, your picture should be a lot better. And then what's really new this year is the addition of an ultra wide camera, which will have an aperture f2.4 and 120 degrees field of view. So this camera just allows you to stand in one place and be able to capture more in your photo or your video. Now, when it comes to optical image stabilization, only the telephoto and the wide angle cameras will have that. The ultra wide is going to be left out with that. And then this camera does have a new night mode that is automatic. So when you do take your phone out and you want to take a picture and it's really dark, it should be able to automatically brighten that up. As you can see from this example that Apple showed us, it looks good. So we'll see if that's the case when I get this phone in hand. Now, I do have to tell you that I'm a little bit let down that the camera app still doesn't have a lot of kind of pro features to it, even though this phone is called a pro phone. But Apple did bring the folks over from Filmic Pro on stage, and they make a really good video taking app that's very popular amongst, filmmakers. And they showed off some cool things that this phone could do, including the ability to be able to record from multiple cameras at the same time. So you can record using the ultra wide camera and also using the telephoto camera at the same time, so you don't have to do multiple shots. And also you can record using the front facing camera and also the rear facing camera if you want to kind of show your reaction to something that you're looking at. Now, Apple didn't leave the front facing camera untouched because they still have their true depth camera in the front, but now it is updated to 12 megapixels. So now you can take a selfie in portrait mode like normal, and then you can also rotate it in landscape mode, and it'll automatically widen that field of view so you can get more people inside of your selfie shot. And then we have what Apple calls a slow feed, which is the front facing camera recording slow motion video at 120 frames per second. So the name, yeah, a little weird, a little corny, but you get slow motion video with the front facing camera. Slow feed, yeah. And then there's a new mode called Quick Take, which will allow you, when you're taking photos, if you want to take a video real quick, you don't have to swipe over and change to the video mode. You can just tap and hold on the shutter button and it can record that video. And then once you release it, you can go back and start taking photos like normal. And then also too, if you want the video to keep going, you can actually just tap and hold on the button and then swipe right, and it will go ahead and just continue to record. So yeah, we have more cameras and we should have better cameras. And of course, with the new Smart HDR that's improved, I have some really high hopes with the cameras with this phone. So I can't wait to test that out and all the other things that I talked about today. So these are my 5 things about the iPhone 11 Pros that I'm excited for. What are some things that you are excited about this phone? Leave that comment down below, and even let me know if you're not excited about this phone. Let me know why that is the case as well. And so if you do want to buy one of these new iPhone 11 Pros or even the new iPhone 11 that they also announced today, which is kind of the little brother to these, you can pre-order those starting on September the 13th at 5 a.m. Pacific time, so to give us a little bit extra time to sleep in. And then also these phones will officially go on sale on September the 20th. Now, the starting price for the iPhone 11 Pro is going to be $999, and the iPhone 11 Max will start at $1,099. So this wraps up my video. Like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell next to it so you'll be notified when I upload new content. So thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.